Hello, another video of white bitch saying shit, this time hitting a much more touchy subject than just caring, so hopefully you're able to sit down and learn something. I know just doing research for this was hard because I came across so many sites that were just lies presenting themselves as facts. So let's start out easy and then move to the more debated facts. I have links in the description, so if you don't believe me, I got some proof for you. So, how similar are Christians and Muslims? First off, both are religions. Yes, I know some people talk about Muslims as if it's ethnicity or a race, but it is solely a religion, just like Christian. Second off, they are both major world religions, with Christians coming in first and Muslims coming in second, but that gap is closing. Christians made up 31.4% and Muslims made up 23.2% of the world in 2010, but it is projected to be 31.4% and 29.7% in 2050. However, in America, the numbers look a lot different. Christians make up 70.5% of America, and Muslims only make up 0.9%. This can probably account for a lot of the misinformation Americans have about Muslims, being that we are literally not exposed to many people who are Muslim. Humans are very bad at understanding things complexly when they're never exposed to them. Both religions have ideals set forth as how to be the most holy and most observant of their God. Christian religious laws usually pertain to things such as tithing, certain denominations have what to wear, and observing the holy day and things like that. Muslim religious law, normally referred to as sharia, is also about their religion, such as how often to pray, what to wear, and things of that nature. For both religion, as with most religious laws, these are completely voluntary things that's considered to be a more holy way to observe their God, or something that makes them more righteous and closer to their God, but it is completely voluntary, and they believe that you should do so voluntarily as it is a better way to serve. Both religions have parts in their religious texts about stoning people, cutting hands off of stealers, murdering non-believers, and other horrendous acts thrown throughout there. It's prevalent in both the Quran and in the Bible, but the majority of the people who follow that religion do not live by those ideals. The majority of the people think that those should not be the laws of the land. The majority of the people do not think that that was an okay thing to have done or to do now. It's only extremists who take those into ideals. While both religions have been used to oppress and hurt people, such as Hitler and Mussolini using Christianity to push their propaganda, and Assad and Abdel Fattah using Islam, people are better able to separate the idea that Hitler and Mussolini do not represent Christianity or most Christians as a whole, and are having a hard time doing that with Muslims. Which ties back into that there's not a whole lot of Muslims in America, even though there are so many in the world, and it's hard to imagine them as complex human beings because of that. Basically, when you boil down most major world religions, they are very similar. Treat others the way you want to be treated, encourage others to join your faith, don't be a horrible person, worship your God. And anybody who's telling you that this religion is crazy different is more likely than not trying to create separation through fear and ignorance. Don't let yourself be a victim of fear and ignorance. Go out, talk to someone who is actually a follower of that faith, get to know them, get to understand that anyone who, just because they follow a religion doesn't mean that they aren't a complex individual. Also, just to make sure I throw this in there, Muslims don't make up a majority of terrorist attacks in America or elsewhere. They just simply don't. So to assume that Muslims are terrorists is to just be statistically incorrect. You are more likely to be hit by lightning. Literally, statistically more likely to be hit by lightning than to be attacked by any kind of terrorist, especially a Muslim terrorist, an Islamic terrorist. Also, to be afraid of refugees, especially coming from Muslim countries, Muslim prevalent countries, is to not understand the situation the refugees are in. They are being attacked by the exact same group, literally shot and bombed by the people you are claiming that they are. It's mostly made up of children and women. They are being vetted multiple times before being randomly assigned to a country, and there has been not a single refugee terrorist attack made in America, and I couldn't find anything that said it hasn't happened anywhere, but I also haven't found anything that said it has happened anywhere else in the world. by a refugee making a terrorist attack. It's a lot easier to just hop on a plane than it is to infiltrate a refugee camp, pretend to get a refugee, hope you get transferred to the country you're wanting to attack, and hope no one finds out before you along the way. So, you know, can you just take the refugees in? Stop being afraid of what you don't know. Just get out there and learn something. We are all complex human beings, and you can't assume anyone is one way because they follow any religion. I'm Madison, your friendly social justice warrior, left snowflake, bleeding heart liberal feminist. I hope you learned something. Don't assume anything of someone because of their religion. Except that they follow their religion. That's it. That's all you can assume. Because they're complex humans. It's so ridiculous that this needs to be said for some people. It's beyond ridiculous. Let's start out easy and then move to the more debated facts. Why am I doing this with my hands? I don't like it anymore. In 2050,